Boxing fans here with the busiest man in boxing, Spence Oliver. Spence, I see you everywhere, mate, and you seem to be covering every show.
Absolutely.
Different platforms, different broadcasters, different radio stations, mate. You're a man in demand.
Absolutely, mate. I'm putting myself out there, man. You know, I'm passionate about the sport. I love the sport. I love the game. And yeah, I just love working on these big fights. Listen, Saturday night, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, a team that I support as well, by the way. So it's good for me to be here. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'm looking forward to it, man, for a number of reasons. You know, the WBC World Heavyweight title on the line. It's the Tyson Fury show. We know that. But Derek Chisora has earned his right to be here. You know, this guy brings the heat. He's coming off a good win against Pulev. And we know he'll bring the smoke on Saturday. Will it be enough? I'm not sure it will. But we've got a fight, man. It'll be a decent fight.
Spence, I want to say, as part of like the boxing community who watch all your stuff, you're probably one of the most real guys out there. Like, I'm only saying because there doesn't seem to be a motive behind you. There isn't like a paymaster behind you.
Yeah.
When you talk, a lot of people listen, and it seems like a lot of people are agreeing with your thoughts right now. Whether that's the Conor Ben stuff, whether that's this fight, whether that's whatever. Yeah. Do you like this? Do you like this embracement?
Yeah, because you know I'm being real, mate. I'm being honest. I'm saying what's in my head. Does that make sense? What I'm saying is that I'm saying what a lot of people are thinking. A lot of people are scared to say whatever it is. But I'm not. Why should I be? I've been a long time in this game, man. And I'm just being honest.
Does it ever get you into trouble, though? Has anyone ever called you upon it?
It does, mate. It does get me in trouble, mate. Yeah, it does get me in trouble. So, I've maybe got to reassess it at some point. But But listen, I don't abide by the system. I do what I want to do, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I say what I want to say. I'm not being, and I don't say something to be controversial. I say something because I'm being honest. That's the difference. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's important. I think the public appreciate the honesty.
Your mate, Simon Jordan, has labelled this as disgustingly priced. What do you make of Simon's comments? I know you guys share a podcast together, but he likes to view his opinions like yourself. But what do you make of that?
Listen, Simon's got his own opinion, and he's got his own agenda about this fight and the way that he sees it going. And he's had his issues with Chisora in the past. So look, Simon's going to say whatever he wants to say. And again, Simon says something if he believes it, and so that's down to him. That's down to him. I said to him, I actually asked him if he was coming on Saturday night because he's out in Qatar at the moment, but he is coming back Saturday. But he said, listen, I won't be able to make it because he's coming back Saturday daytime. But look, I think there's an appetite for this fight now. Now that we're here and we're in fight week, listen, Chisora's going to bring it. He's going to go there. Fury is an overwhelming favourite. Of course he is. He's the number one heavyweight in the world. But if you go down the list of the opponents that are available, Chisora fits the bill, mate. Like, we're going to get some exciting rounds. So, yeah.
Do you want to talk about a fighter, one of the guys who holds most of the belts in that division, Oleksandr Usyk? He's going to be here on Saturday night, from what I've been told by his manager, Alex Krasic. Talk to me about that. He's going to go up there, eye him up after he wins. What do you make of that? Yeah, I spoke to Alex, actually, about this, and Alex said, listen, if Fury comes through, he said the fight's there for March, if he wants it. Usyk's ready. Usyk will be here at ringside. And I said, well, I'm looking forward to that, because I'm sure I heard Tyson Fury say he's going to give him a slappies at ringside as well. So expect some entertainment after the fight as well as in it as well. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those. So, look, we all want to see the undisputed Fury versus Usyk. For whatever reason, that fight falls through. I spoke to Daniel Tabar today. He said, listen, give me the fight. I want to fight Fury. Joyce wants to fight Fury. There's massive fights out there, man. So I think next year is going to be a big year. I really do. I think we're going to get these fights. I'd love to see Fury, Usyk, Fury winning the undisputed title and then giving our British boys a chance. I'd love to see Fury versus Joyce. He could be the problem. He could be the biggest problem out of all the heavyweights out there right now, Joyce, after his performance against Parker. I'd love to see Fury versus Dubois. There's some big fights still out there, mate. There really is. But it's going to be a busy year for Fury, who I heard wants to be busy. What was he talking? 15, 20 fights next year? He's an old school fighter, mate, Fury. You can't take nothing away from him. if you're looking for entertainment value, charisma, you have to go back to the Muhammad Ali days, really, for a guy that fits the bill like that. You know, to make superstars, they've got to do what they do in the ring, outside of the ring as well. And Fury delivers on both, so you can't take that away from him.
I think he called it a fight a month campaign.
Yeah, that sounds like Fury. That sounds like Fury. A bum might be a bit strong, if I'm honest. I think there's some good fighters out there, some real good fighters out there, but that's the self-belief that Fury's got. You know, he truly believes in himself, you know, and he's talking about standing toe-to-toe with Chisora in this fight, but listen, I don't think he knows what he'll do until the morning of the fight when he wakes up, because Fury's got that ability to box on the front foot, the back foot, go sideways. You know what I mean, box orthodox, box southpaw. He's just a multi-talented guy, man.
What do you make of Usyk's chances against Fury? A lot of people that I spoke to said, listen, he's too small physically to sort of compete with Fury. But what do you make of it? Yeah,
I'm with that. I think that Fury's got a great boxing IQ. Fury is incredibly talented, and I think size will play a big part in that. You know, because Fury knows how to use his weight as well. He knows how to lean on fighters. That's where he's smart, see Fury. Usyk will be made to work. He'll be having to cover a lot of the ring. I know he's got a great engine, but when you're in there with a big guy like Fury as well, that's a tough night for Usyk. It really is. Listen, he is an unbelievable fighter as well, Usyk. We saw that with the two fights that he's had with Anthony Joshua recently, that he can deal with the big guys. But I think stylistically, Fury would be all wrong for Usyk, and you got to go with Fury in that.
What about Joyce? Fury said, look, if Usyk ain't ready, come on, put up your gloves, Joyce, let's do it. What do you make of that? Is he a problem?
That's a big fight, mate. That's a massive fight. He's a huge problem. I think we found that out. I think a coming-of-age fight for Joyce, really, even though he's like, what is he, 36 or something? I think the coming-of-age fight for him really was Joe Parker fight. Because I was there at ringside, and after 2 rounds, Parker was fucked. And that was not because he weren't in shape. It was the way that Joyce was making him use the ring and pressuring him so much with his feet and everything else. He might not look technically that great, Joyce, but he's a lot better than you give him credit for. He's a big guy, a strong guy. Him and Fury is a great fight. That is a great fight.
And finally, before I do let you go, and I do want to unfortunately talk about the bad things in boxing once again. Yeah. We've had another fighter fail a drug test in Zolani Tete. A couple of months ago, the news has only just broken, so there's a lot of questions on why things have just come out now, what's happening in the process. We still need answering, but what do you make of all of this, man?
The system needs to change. The system needs to change, because why are we not hearing about this straight away? Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm like, man. I'm a big believer in keeping this sport clean. That's what I want. You know, give us a fair shot, mate. Like, we get these great fights. Boxing's moving on. We've got, we're filling stadiums now. We don't need that we don't need drug cheats in the game. And Tete, I heard that he's done that, and we've only just found, so I don't know the ins and outs, and it's just difficult for me to comment on it. But all I want to say is, I just want to keep this sport as clean as possible. That's why I'm vocal about it.
Sven Solberg, always a pleasure talking to yourself. Cheers, it seems like the press conference is going to start. So, top man, thank you very much.